I am mildly, it's not even mildly, I am super obsessed with the mushroom hats that keep coming out and the hats that have mushrooms on them that are witch hats. And I think it's time that I make some for myself. Okay, so for this project, I have two things that I'm going to do. So I have this hat that I already have. It is just your basic witch hat. I made it out of brown felt. And the back has this cute little detail going down the back with like little laces. I want to make this hat look a little bit more like wood and then have some mushrooms popping out all around it. So I need to figure out how to make it look a little bit more like wood. I'm not sure how to do that yet. It just sounds like a good idea. So we'll see how that goes. But I know the mushrooms are possible. No matter what, I know that is definitely a thing that can be done. I'm going to do the mushrooms for this out of foam clay so that they can be sculpted exactly as I want them to, and I can fit them to the hat. So that'll be perfect. And the other thing that I want to do is build a mushroom hat out of felt, and I have some felting supplies on its way to me so that I can appropriately felt the little white specks all over this. And I'm going to use the base of the witch hat template, which is by SKS Props, to make the bottom piece of the mushroom hat itself. Okay, so for the hat and trying to make it look a little bit more like wood, I don't know if this is possible, but I have some ideas that might make it work, that might help achieve that wood look. I have some Prismacolor markers that might be able to be drawn on with. I have some paint, and I have some colored pencils that also act as watercolor. So we'll see if any of these work or if this is just a terrible idea. So I am going to start. I have this little scrap piece from putting the hat together. So I'm going to try really quickly and see what it looks like if I just draw on here and hope for the best of what that looks like. I just want it to look a little bit more real than fake. So because I don't want to, if I'm using this hat in shoots, I don't want to have to come back to it and be like, oh, I need to Photoshop it to make it look good. So I think that definitely shows up well, and I just doodled. I didn't do anything specifically great, but I did make like a tree knot because those are really fun and important to me on tree designs or just drawing trees. I love tree knots. All right, so that is the marker. Let's try the colored pencil. And I haven't opened these in a really long time. Like there's literal dust on this case. So hopefully these are sharpened. I got these when I was in college and I only use them when I need to. I think I need a darker color. All right. So I'm gonna dip this in some water. Oh, that's hard. I think I really like the colored pencil. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this one exactly like a tree. If I do this colored pencil, I'm going to have to figure out where my pencil sharpener is. Alright, so I realized that when the paint dries on the felt, it actually kind of disappears. So I think I'm going to use the colored pencil and hope for the best, and hopefully that works. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing on some wood markings onto the hat. I'm nervous about this. Hopefully it goes okay. So basically what I did is I took different colored pencils, different greens, and I kind of like ran them over the edges of everything. So everything has like a moss on it. And I also did the wood lines underneath the moss, which if you look really close, you can see them. I think it came out really cool. It's very, very fun to look at. But I am going to start on the mushrooms next. I also will add like real moss onto this. Like it won't just be colors, but again, I wanted it to be like that moss that's like stuck on tree wood. So this is ready to go. I'm going to start the mushrooms now and then get them on here. So the cardboard I have in the studio was not big enough for what I wanted. So I scoured the entire studio building for a big sheet of cardboard. And ironically enough, we have a whole cardboard pile downstairs. So I took this from there, and this is definitely big enough. In fact, it's way too big. So I'm going to cut out what I need and use the rest for something else. That was a lot of work to cut that out. So now everything is cut. It's a perfect circle, and I am going to cut the head hole out of the middle using the same template, but I'm going to trace it this time. So the middle is all cut out. It's all ready to go. It fits my head very perfectly after that second cut. It's pretty perfect, honestly. It's very comfortable. So we can move on with putting the fabric on and stuffing the mushrooms. So let me grab the fabric. All right, so I am very much guessing on how to do this. I am really honestly just making it up the way that I think it should be, the way that I think it should be put together. This could be incredibly wrong. So maybe don't actually follow what I'm doing until we know it's correct, because could be very, very wrong and very, very bad plan. But my plan is to take the corners and glue them down, which will leave a lot of excess to stuff. And I'm going to stuff it from the bottom, I think, and then put something here that will push in and cover my head from all the stuffing. So I think that's how I want it to go. And the bottom I have fabric for the gills of the bottom of the mushroom, which I will do after. And then once all of that is done, hopefully my felting supplies will be here and I can felt the little spots onto the top of the mushroom. We'll see how it goes. All right, the glue gun seems to be heated up, and I can go ahead and start actively putting the mushroom together and hoping that this plan works. So wish me luck. I guess if it doesn't, I can always just pull everything apart. And there is a plethora of cardboard downstairs if I need it, but I don't want to have to need it. Okay, I think it's done. Now I just need to get, or I guess it's just stuffed. It's not done. I think I need to get the bottom piece so that I can make the gills of the mushroom. It really just looks like something I want to sit on because it's bouncy. So I need to get the bottom pieces of the mushroom and make the gills, and I think then I just have to wait until the rest of the supplies get here. So gonna do that. So I got this fabric at Joann's the other day because I knew I was going to be making this, and my goal is just to put it on top of here and kind of like, I guess pleat it is the right word to use. So I'm just going to kind of like bunch it together into little pleats so it looks like mushroom gills, so something like that, and go all the way around the fabric and hope that I have enough, because I think I only got 1 yard, so hopefully that is enough. I can't see where it wouldn't be, but who knows? Sometimes I'm really bad at craft math. I'm always bad at craft math. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that also should take care of the spot to put my head. And before I do this, I'm trying to determine if I want to cut the hole just a tiny bit bigger, just because I don't know if it is really the right size. It feels fine, but only when I put it on like in one direction, which I guess is fine. I guess that's totally okay. It's very heavy. I didn't think it was going to be this heavy, but that's fine. I'm not going to wear it for very long. Okay. Whew. Let's go ahead and give this a go. Okay, it is the next day. I have the mushrooms already painted. I painted them when I got in the studio this morning. So it is time to go ahead and attach them to the hat itself, and I think it's going to look super cute. I am honestly waiting on the red mushrooms to dry, so I spray painted those instead of hand painting them. But I'm going to go ahead and put these on, and then put the other ones on, and I think it's going to look so cute. So let's get to it. Other hat is all finished. I went ahead with the mushroom hat and I gave it a darker bottom, so I sprayed a little bit of black all the way around the bottom just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. And it is time to do the thing that I am exceptionally excited to do, which is felt on the little white dots everywhere. So I'm going to do that, and then the last part of putting it together is adding some lace around the bottom, so like around the bottom edge, and then I have some of these beads that I'm also going to add around the bottom as well to give it a little bit more of a glamorous look. So I'm very excited to finish this. So I'm going to go ahead and start felting. I literally just bought this kit. I've never felted in my entire life until last night, and it is very exciting. I think this is going to be one of my new little favorite little, you can not really have to pay attention, and I mean, you need to pay attention because you'll poke yourself with your needle, but it's super fun. I just really enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the little white specks everywhere and get going. It's done. I felted all of the little spots on top of the mushroom. I think that it came out really cute, and I kind of want to make like 3 more. I've seen where people have made like gothic looking mushrooms, like really, I don't know, they're just really cool. I want one of those, and I maybe want one that's a little bit more like bigger up on top. But I think for the very first one, this came out real cute. But the next step that I need to do is to kind of clear up my working space and get the rest of the stuff onto the bottom. I will say though that when I was felting this, I broke 3 whole needles, and I feel kind of sad about that. So thank you to the 3 needles that took one for the team. But I'm super stoked about this. So let's go ahead and move on to putting everything on the bottom, and then we can call it finished.
A few moments later.
It's all done. I think this came out super, super cute, and I cannot wait to make more of them. Like I said, I have a plan to make a bunch of them, so that I cannot wait. But like literally, it would just be such a cool photo shoot to have a bunch of these all together, different people dressed up as different mushrooms, and like I just see it in a field. It's beautiful, and I really want to. So if by chance you are interested in doing a shoot like that with me, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed the build of these 2 hats, and I can't wait to see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. But let's go ahead and move to the final results of the 2 hats.